I want you to go as big as you can with this next one.
Okay.
All right. Sky is the limit.
Okay.
Genie in a bottle. Okay.
Okay.
If you can map out the next 10 to 20 years of your life, and no matter what, everything that you planned goes exactly according to what you say right now, what would your next 10 to 20 years look like?
Within the 10 to 20, because I'm currently possibly thinking of a career change, but a career that I'm happy with, both in the sense of I'm able to provide for my family, and also one that I am waking up every day happy and excited to do. Not that's not the issue today. I love my job, but having a home with my beautiful wife and all of our children, 10, 20 years, Landon being my oldest, would be in college, right? Out of college.
Yeah.
Him being a good young man, every day I'm trying to raise a good young man, a good human being. And being a good person to my friends and family, being involved in our community, our church, and in a weird way, it may sound simple to people, but yeah, I've kind of always had that image of being a working dad, husband, and raising my family the right way.
I dig that. Yeah.
So that's my goal. Having traveled, I just went on my first trip out the country recently, and I want to do that now.
Yeah.
So working hard to be able to save and afford trips around the world, not only with my family, but with my family. All that good stuff, man.
I dig it. What do you think, if anything, do you think there are any personality traits that would prevent you from achieving the specific outline that you just described?
Personality traits.
Yeah.
I'm aware I'm still rough around the edges. I'm aware I'm still not the easiest guy to blend with. But with that said, I've improved on that, and obviously improvements will continue to be made through time. I'm obviously willing to get personal and deep on this pod, but just habits that I need to improve on, both with my personality, with career, finances, and stuff like that.
Would you say that you have any vices?
Mate, I can't think of any right now.
No?
No.
I'll give you some of my vices. Weed. I kind of kicked it. It wasn't a habit, but I loved smoking weed.
Yeah.
Recently, I was exposed to my next friend who's coming on in the future. He'll be like the next guest, Bertrand. He turned me on to this podcast, Andrew Huberman, and he's this neuroscientist, and there was this one podcast on weed smoking. Listen to the whole podcast. I don't even listen to podcasts, but you understand that I'm trying to do my own thing, and I'm building, and I am all about optimizing human functionality. So it's like, okay, I'll listen to this podcast on weed and see what he. So anyway, long story short, he turned me off to it. The information that he disclosed kind of made me start thinking, we got to start doing what we can to improve as opposed to keep us here. We got to get to here. So that's why I quit weed. I'm keeping it down to once a month.
Yeah.
I'm calling that a vice because it's something that I like to do, and I'm not saying that it's necessarily beneficial for me. Another vice for me, I could argue, debatable, sex. There was a time in my life where I was obsessed with sex. It was the only thing that I was thinking about. And as a result, I wasn't really able to make strides in other avenues of my life because it consumed my waking hours. So that was a vice that I have now, I'm able to manage more. Yeah. It's still a vice, but, you know.
You see, like, currently maybe I'll dabble in edibles, but I've never been a heavy weed smoker. I'm not a drinker. You know, if anything, now I recently I got introduced to hard kombucha. You know, that's what I drink. Yeah. But I guess
Hey,
from personal a vice would, if I'm being honest with myself, I could be a lazy bastard sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So slothfulness.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Yeah.
I relate to slothfulness.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's yeah.
Yeah. And you know, that's actually a great segue to what we're going to talk about moving forward. Is you and I, since you just listed slothfulness as a vice, one thing that I always, and this is for viewers, we have all lived the sedentary lifestyle, some more than others. Myself, I would say that I have been a lazy person. I'm 31 now, and in my opinion, sure, I have enough to show for it. I have a child. I have a somewhat good paying job. You know, I'm respected. People like me. I have a community around me. But when I consider where I could be if I'd actually applied effort and focused and all the necessary qualities that are within any person's mental capability, if I just use those qualities and put it towards actually progressing, in my opinion, I would be a lot further.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is it's that whole YOLO concept of, if you know, both of us know, and if a viewer knows, that we really only are here for one lifetime. Yeah. And we have experienced the sedentary version of that life. Yeah. You know, we've all sat on the couch and watched Netflix for many hours. We've gone out to eat and tasted the good food, and we've just allowed ourselves to get fatter and dull, or duller and less interesting as a result of like not really having a specific passion that we're constantly working on. Yeah. So since we've all done it and we already know what that's like, what if we started to focus on the things that we haven't done, that we haven't experienced, that are still something that's very appealing to us? And I feel like that's the key. It's like, what's the thing that's appealing to work on that you haven't yet experienced in this lifetime? So that's kind of the segue. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed that clip and you would like to see the full episode, feel free to click here, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribe button is right around here in this area. Thank you, and I will see you on the next one.